The Caldwell Banker Hour. I always say Caldwell Banker Hour, even though it's usually about 20-30 minutes. So they are here with us. They, of course, whenever they come in, they don't just tell us about real estate. They give us an education on the real estate market in our area. So without further ado, just a little bit more ado. All right, now without further ado, it is Mr. Brett and Mr. Shy. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing this afternoon?
Man, you know, we're always good.
Making it out there, right? Making everything still happen for these folks, right?
It is personally my favorite time of year. Here in spring, everything is blooming. The temperature, I believe, is just right. You can actually get out of the house.
It's perfect weather. It is perfect. Well, I don't know, I like kind of cold a little bit out there, but I'm not gonna hurt anybody's feelings saying I like the winter. So.
No, but we, getting in gardening more lately, the temperatures have been just right for that.
Mm-hmm.
And what better thing to do lately?
Get to gardening, get to farming, and if you need some gardening land, need some farming land. Today we've got it. We're talking acreage today. Right?
Talking acreage, some good places. If you're looking for a place to farm, garden, put some livestock on.
Yeah, and talking acreage sounds like it should be like a country song. So I think that's the perfect title for what we're going to be doing here on this country music station. So,
correct.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but I couldn't let that one go.
So be sure you get your pencil and paper ready right quick, because we got some good properties. And first off, if you want to take a look at one of these properties or get your property on the market, you can give Brett a call at 903-340-6301, or you can give me Shy a call at 903-340-6159.
Yeah, if you happen to miss one, don't fret. You can always log on to our Facebook business page. Mine is Brett Killian, Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty, and we are recording the videos live, so you can go back and get those addresses if you need be later.
Yeah. Perfect. So, y'all usually leave the list with me here too as well. So
give me a call up here, KCKL. You want to give them the KCKL number?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, right now it is easier. When I'm back in my production room, I have no phones that work. They don't ring. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mess up my production work. So it's easiest for me, folks. If you are looking for it, to email me at Taylor959kckl@gmail.com. Again, Taylor959kckl@gmail.com. But if you do need to call, fair warning, I may not be able to get to it right then and there, but I do get to our messages. That's 903-489-1238. Sorry.
That's perfect. That's great. Our first property I want to get into is southwest of us over in Kearns. This is at County Road 4080. Yeah, if you're looking for some acreage to grow some crops on, this has been land that has previously been used for crops, so already ready to go over there. You have 95 acres of good farmland over in Kearns for only $212,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and I tell you what else. You know what else that property would be great for?
What?
You know what else?
What else would be great?
It's all out there right now. With everybody staying home, they're watching it. On to the 4th episode. You can get yourself some land and be your own Tiger King.
Be your own Tiger King.
Texas does have more tigers than anywhere in the world right now.
It does. More people are raising tigers, breeding tigers, and doing more for giving them a home to live, continuing that species, bringing them back to life. Than anywhere else in the world. There are more tigers being raised here in Texas than there are in the whole rest of the world combined.
I would have never learned that. So that is incredible, man.
Yeah.
That's the Texas Tigers. There we go.
This is something you might have to do a little bit more research. Being around farming and stuff in the area, I know some of the numbers. Like personally, I just got some more chickens in. Haven't raised any in about 2 years, but you need about 2 square feet per chicken in your chicken coop to successfully raise a chicken. Most cattle in our area, 3 to 4 acres is good per cow. I'm not sure what the actual area needed per tiger is. So
well, we kind of do, because a couple of years ago we were out in Van Zant County, out there near Van.
Yeah.
And Mr. Caruth, he was a big-time businessman up in Dallas.
Okay.
And he had his personal tiger farm out there near Van. And we were out there looking at some things, talking to the heirs on that, helping them with some things. And so, It wasn't a tremendous amount per tiger. I mean, you don't have to have the acreage that you're looking at with cows to be able to raise it. Optimal, tigers really in optimal conditions, they really want about 400 square miles. So that's what, a 20 mile by 20 mile. That's their range in the wild.
Yeah, they're naturally out.
Naturally out
area.
there. But in a lot of parts of the world, that habitat has been destroyed. And so the first thing you got to do in conservation is you got to make more of them. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to make more of them before you can optimize back to that. And so it doesn't take that much space because they don't graze on grass. You feed them. They're a carnivore. I mean, they do what tigers do, and so
just make sure you feed them, or else you become the feed.
So, yes. But looking at the way their operation was out there, I mean, those animals were well taken care of, well loved. They were like big pets to them out there. Looking at all the photos, they fed them the best of meat. Everything was top notch cleanliness, the best veterinarian care out there. While Mr. Caruth was around, it was a fantastic operation they had out there, and so you can start your own.
You can start your own right here.
And it's a great thing with some of these animals like this that they're raising to repopulate, and with the hopes that one day we can put some of these back out into nature, in these places. Mm-hmm. I know they're building down in Florida it's basically a giant savanna they're making that they think is going to actually have more savanna animals pretty soon than Africa itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've got that big wildlife park out there, Glen Rose area. That's a big one out there. Very popular, very well done. I think Fossil Ridge or something here in Texas. That might be the same. I think that's the same place out there because they got the dinosaurs.
Right. It was in Oklahoma or Arkansas. You've got dadgummit, my mom has taken me there. Arbuckle Wilderness, that's somewhere as well. I know they've got quite a few exotic animals and stuff out there as well too. So definitely those populations are being brought to America, and a lot of these reserves where they're not just, of course there's certain animals that are going to have to be kept in a cage if they're within a population, but a lot of them are free roaming. So that's the cool part nowadays. They're not all stuck in cages. You got some free roaming areas in Texas now too.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Hereford cow is not on the endangered species list.
Right.
It's because people raise them and care for them and put them out there.
Yes.
And so today, 95 acres right over there west of the Trinity River, beautiful land, fairly just slightly rolling there, not any huge hills on it, big open. Ready for you to do what you want out there on County Road 4080. You'll see my big sign on the south side of it and little sign on a tire on a post on the north side of it. Just giant rectangle, beautiful property. How much was that, Brett?
$212,000, and this one, it is. You do feel like you're really away from everybody out there.
You're away from everybody, but it's just real quick up 4080, and then hook another. 3096 right up there on the 31, and on 31 you're either Trinidad, Malakoff, Athens, and Tyler, or you can go the other direction. You can be real quick Corsicana, Waco, and over. You can be 45, 35. You can be up to Dallas. You can be down to Austin, San Antonio, Houston. I mean, you're away from everything, but at the same time, Jiffy Pronto, major highways to wherever you need to get real quick.
You're right in the middle of that open area between everything. Yeah. That's the good part. Yeah. Yes, those are the excellent locations you want to be at.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to drive out to Terlingua out there to get away from everything.
Right.
This is right there, and I mean, real quick. I mean, also if you're into boating and everything, you're right in between. You have your choice right over to Trinidad onto Cedar Creek Lake. Right over to Richland Chambers. Take your pick, whichever one you want to go, and right there can come right back to your 95 acres.
Boom, boom, done.
Now, next, I want to talk about one because 95 acres might not be enough for you.
Okay.
So we've got one over here, just south of Kemp, west of 7 Points here, that's a little bit bigger. 141.95 acres over here.
All right, so that's about a time and a half.
Time and a half over here. It's got 3 ponds on the property, lots of mature trees, already has an ag exemption in place, which is very important. We've talked about that a couple times, that with acreage, if you've got above the 10 acres, get the ag exemption. It can really help save you on your taxes at the end of the year and help pay for some of these projects that you're doing on the acreage.
Right, especially on these bigger, the bigger the property is, the more you probably could really use that ag exemption, right?
Yeah. It helps save quite a bit. And this is, I think I mentioned, over at County Road 2100 for 880,141.95 acres.
That's pretty
beautiful
nice.
land, just west of 7 Points out there. So just like this other one, you are out in the middle of nowhere, but very easy access back to town, up to Dallas for commuting if you need to. Enough land to raise any kind of livestock you got out there.
I was about to say that's a couple more head of cattle, or maybe another tiger or two right there.
Yeah, and that one, you have West Cedar Creek water right there at the road. You'd have to get some type of septic tank out there. We have lots of contractors that can help you with that. Or, you know, if you don't want to be on the public water, you can also drill a well. Several people around there have gotten very well producing wells.
Well-producing wells, yeah.
Well-producing wells.
Yeah, good flow from some of the neighbors there. We've heard about very good water flow coming off of these, and very good quality of water there as well.
Yeah, but you'd be able to call over there. Two of the recent wells were drilled by East Texas Drilling.
Okay.
You'd be able to call them, find out what kind of production those wells are doing. These are water wells, not oil wells.
Right.
Water wells. And find out what kind of water quality, everything from them. Yeah, give them a call, find out about that. But this property, finding a piece of property, 141.95 acres for 880,000. Yeah, right there.
Good deal.
Right there, close to the lake, in between Kemp and 7 Points. Fantastic location. Good dirt, good trees. Great place to be.
On that same road there's a smaller piece, about half the size, also available right now.
Okay.
This one is only 64.15. I say only. It's 64.15 acres there.
Okay.
Still plenty.
Still plenty of land. If 141 is too much for you, maybe 64 acres is the right range for you today. It's about half the land, but it's also about half the price as well. 64.15 acres for only $416,000 today.
Man,
Very good price per acre if anybody's been following price per acres in our area. The prices have been going up, but it is still relatively cheap in our area, comparatively speaking. The further you go west, just north of these, the property values have really been going up for acreage.
Yeah, you go over there, Scurry area, going towards Crandall, that area, the prices have been going up significantly over there.
Yes, I've been getting calls this week. A gentleman called the other day from Crandall, wondering why the $10,000 an acre property was so cheap. What must be wrong with it? And because the properties coming right out of Dallas there have been skyrocketing as the development has been going around, and so now is a good time to get in on this acreage because these prices are probably just going to continue to go up and up as we need this land for more development.
Yeah, because they finished up last year that part of the loop with the overpass there in Kaufman, and that's supposed to go into about the south side of Arlington there.
It starts
and
on Rockwall, comes down through Terrell and Kaufman.
Okay.
Going to loop through Scurry, Cleburne, go up to Arlington, making a loop outside, like 635 came outside of Dallas many years ago. This is going to be a further eastern loop outside of that to help with some traffic as well.
Dad talks about years ago when they put in 635. They put it in, and Loop 12 was that was the big thing. That was even outer city limits. He talks about Northwest Highway and 635 when they were put in. He's like, why are they putting in these highways out here in the middle of cotton fields? There's nothing out here.
That is called foresight.
Right there. So, we found a picture a while back of Northwest Highway when they were putting that in.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around there. Just cotton fields and everything else. And here's this brand new beautiful highway. Yeah, Northwest Highway ain't out there so much anymore.
Yeah, y'all got to remember, I'm originally from McKinney. McKinney was the fastest growing city in the United States for about a 5-year run there. And it was the same thing, man. I would see, you would have these big, elegant, beautiful homes and also like neighborhoods and everything being built. And around it was nothing but farmland. But now you go drive through there and now there's multiple new strip centers. There's going up and down 380. There's all kinds of different things there now. So it's definitely, that kind of thing is going to keep pushing, because my parents live far north Dallas area now. They live in a city called Anna, and Dallas is expanding all the way out there now. You're talking 45 miles north of Dallas proper, and there are residents and people that are doing it, or they're working in Dallas, that are all the way out there. And I imagine it's going to keep coming east as well. I'm sure Dallas is just kind of spreading every which direction you could in a circular, area. So it's coming this way.
They
it's
are
definitely coming this way.
McKinney still is the fastest growing city in the state of Texas.
Is it? Okay.
Followed by Austin, and third being our area now. We have
really?
number 3 on fastest growth. Thing with McKinney and Austin, they're starting to run out of land for construction.
Yes.
Yeah.
We still have at the moment plenty of area, so I wouldn't doubt seeing our area overtake one of these in the next year or two.
And you look at McKinney. McKinney is about the same distance from downtown Dallas as we are. We're just a different direction out here. I consider us now part of the Metroplex. The way everything is, we're just the new outlying area of what 635 used to be, what Northwest Highway was before that, what Loop 12 was before that. I mean, Pleasant Grove back in the 50s and 60s was the McKinney of the day.
Right.
And now it's downtown Dallas for all sakes there. I mean,
yeah. And then even coming out this way, Segoville and Kaufman and all these areas, they're even getting, it's coming. It's coming.
You drive up between Kaufman and Talty up there, and you see the caliber houses they're building just north of Kaufman. Yeah, it's here. It just takes time to finish the build out.
And we've even got business to support it. We've got new businesses coming into Maybank right now. We've already got a couple that are a little more established. But we have businesses building parts and generators, wood, home building materials, aircraft materials, that is worldwide companies right in the heart of Maybank there, with a couple more actually under construction of these big companies as well to support this insurge of people coming in.
Yeah, so now if you're wanting to get a hold of acreage, now is the time to get a hold of it, because you start talking 10 years, 20 years from now, you're going to be looking back and saying, hey, I could have gotten that property on 40 acres, 95 acres for $212,000. I could have gotten that property on 2,100 for $880,000. I could have gotten that 64 acres for $416,000, and you're going to be looking back and say, "Man, that was what a buy! What a buy!"
Yeah,
I mean, look at McKinney.
Yes, and with these big companies coming out here, folks, I know there's a lot of folks that are doing well in our area, but I promise you, if you're going up against a Fortune 500 company, you're not going to win a bidding war. I love you all. I appreciate you all. It's just you're not going to beat out, Dallas Steel or something. You're just not.
Not gonna do it. So, what other properties? You got some more there for us?
Yeah, I got several more here for you today. I want to start off with these larger properties. Most people are not looking for quite that much acreage.
Right.
Most people are going to look for a few acres to build a little homestead on, have a nice garden, place for the kids to play, things like that. So we got some little smaller pieces, still acreage. But our next group is going to be right over here in Eustis. We got several right by the Eustis Intermediate School District there.
Okay.
Eustis, everybody in the area knows, great school district. The kids love it, the teachers love it, administration, great group of people over there. So these are going to be some great home building sites.
Okay.
And over here on 2503, that's County Road 2503, we've got a few of them. Our first one is 4.53 acres for only $67,950. Same road, 3.75 acres for $56,250.
Okay.
Our next one, 3.7 acres for $40,700.
Wow.
And our final one on that road is 3.87 acres for $42,570.
Man, that's a lot of good options
That's
out
a
there.
bunch of good options.
All on this road, like I said, between about 3 3/4 up to 4.5 acres Those are nice little plots, big enough to build your house, get a little distance between you and your neighbors.
Social distance.
Social distance between you and your neighbors. So
I'll tell you, out in the country, we've been social distancing for days.
Great, big enough that you can do anything you want to. Maybe not have your whole herd of cattle out there, but it might be big enough that you could have a cow for
A cow, fence in a cow, have a horse, plant a big garden, put that, build that big metal shop out there that you like, and not be sitting there with the wall of your house right on the setback line with your neighbor right next door.
Yep.
So
That's it right there.
you give your neighbor a little peace of mind. Your neighbor gives you a little peace of mind. It's a
Without giving each other a piece of your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around the corner from there, I got two more in that same area.
Okay.
One of them at 4.6 acres for $69,000, and one at 3.89 acres for $58,350. So that makes 6 good acreage building spots close into the school district, close proximity to 175 if you're a commuter, big enough to get out and play on for a very good price today.
What street were those on?
These were on Weeks Street, these
Weeks
last two properties, and that's Weakes.
Okay.
Weak, as in not as strong, weak with an S. I believe it was somebody's name. Not
I think so. There. With an extra E, right?
Yes. No, these are not to say these are not strong contenders by any means. These are very good properties for a very good price today.
Strong property on Weeks Street.
Right.
And what city was that in again?
These are in Eustis.
So that's going to be Eustis School District?
Eustis School District.
Is that going to be Eustis Water out there?
Yes, this is a City of Eustis Water. Good thing about City of Eustis Water, only 2 companies around our entire lake use water from the aquifer that are not drawing water from our lake. Eustis being one of them. The other one is Payne Springs Water Company there.
I guess Canton, if you consider Canton part of the lake area.
Yeah, some people roll it in. They're close enough.
They're close enough.
We'll accept them.
We'll give them an honorable mention there.
I put some Canton news in our local news, so yeah, we're good.
But yeah, Eustis Water, it's coming straight out of that aquifer. Great water. We personally get our drinking water out of the same aquifer there. Great stuff to get. You can probably get a well of your own, but they're just drawing it from wells basically and shipping it out to you for city water there.
Okay.
So 2 good properties right there in Eustis. Eustis ISD, Eustis Water.
6 properties total.
6 properties total in Eustis.
Right.
Okay. A lot of options.
And I got a couple more in Eustis while we're talking about Eustis.
And there's more.
Now this is on the east side of Eustis there, but just when you leave Eustis going towards Athens, you get about a mile outside the city limits. This is going to be right off of Highway 175, south side of the highway there.
Okay.
The address is 12407 Highway 175, and you've got a 6.32 acre piece of property here with a pond for only $65,000. So a little bit cheaper per acre. Now this is just outside the city limits, not right inside the city limits. Just outside, but a little more secluded. If you're looking for more secluded, got lots of mature trees. Backs right up to the old rail tracks there. Beautiful piece of property, and the restrictions. They're not putting any restrictions on this. So if you're looking for a place for a new build, if you're looking for a place for a manufactured housing, or you might just need a place to put your RV for a little bit while you consider what you're doing, all 3 would be viable options on this property.
Yes.
So this is also one that you spoke of, the manufactured housing and the RV. Either as an individual, I can come in there and put my manufactured home, I can put my tiny home, I can put my RV in there. But also, if I'm wanting to do an investment, get into a small developing, not develop out 100, 200 acres into like a big McKinney subdivision. I just want a few acres, develop it out. Lot restrictions, no restrictions. This property has no restrictions. You can come in there and you can get with like Weaver Septic over there, get yourself a septic system set up for a whole RV park or tiny home park. Set those pad sites throughout, and you can set up a whole community for either RVs, manufactured homes, tiny homes in there. This is a great place to develop because one thing we're seeing, one, you've got the cities and the subdivisions, which are starting to restrict a little bit more against the manufactured homes, or against the square footage on the tiny homes, or against permanent living in an RV. And even some of the property, some of the acreage, as they subdivide out, as they sell off, they're putting individual deed restrictions on those properties. This property, the seller is not putting any deed restrictions, no deed restrictions.
None. And I've actually had 2 clients personally looking for places to put these RV parks lately. It is a growing industry again. We think of, several years ago, lots of people were traveling the country.
Yeah.
But these are 2 local people looking to put in RV parks in the area. And the literature I've been reading, the national economists are looking, they think over the next 10 years, RVing is about to make a bigger jump than it ever has in our country's history. People are coming back to the idea of traveling the country a bit more, living in smaller housing, RVing being a great option, having a place for these people to stop and rent. This is going to be a good option here in the next couple of years.
Yeah, we're on one of those cultural shifts that happens every few decades, I think. And the way, like you're talking, the economists are talking about, people are coming back to the United States. They're looking at, just the global culture and, do they want a vacation outside the borders, or do they want to stay within the country? And you look at the United States, I'd put dollars to donuts that we have the most beautiful land. Europe has nothing. Europe, South America, the Far East, beautiful places there, but nothing compares to America. If you have not toured America and seen what we have to offer here, and you're flying off, other places of the world, you're missing out. You're really doing yourself a disservice if you have not traveled this country and seen the beautiful beaches, mountains, open prairie. We've got it all.
Right. A lot of these countries, they have a city or a landmark that they're known for. See the shining sea. We've got everything you could think of here.
We've got the best cities. We've got the best mountains. We've got the best beaches. We've got the best prairies. We've got the best everything.
We've even got the biggest hole out there.
Yeah. I mean, you can see everything. We got the best oil. We got the best everything. We got the best. We got the biggest. So we're going to be RVing a lot more in this economy the next few years. And even a few years ago, people were talking about trends among millennial buyers, that a lot of millennial buyers were buying what we call lock 'em and leave 'ems. Rather than buying the McMansion, there's still a lot of people that buy the McMansions, but a lot of people in their 20s and early 30s are buying small square footage houses that don't take a lot of maintenance. Low maintenance house, low footprint, low build cost, low energy cost, because they want to, rather than putting everything in the house, they want to reserve some of that monthly cash flow so that they can literally lock the door and leave it. Hop in the RV and take off to South Dakota. Go over to Washington. Just stay within Texas. Go up to the Panhandle. Go down to the Gulf and see these places. A lot of times, even just for weekend trips, it makes a difference having that smaller impact house. Lock it up. Go for a weekend vacation and be back Monday at work.
My parents do that, of course, not right at the moment, considering everything that's going on, but my parents do that 2 times a month, maybe, at least once a month. They've got a little odd RV, a little small thing. It's just them 2 and the 2 little Shih Tzu dogs, and they go, and man, they go from everywhere, from Fredericksburg, Arkansas. They've gone to Oklahoma, Louisiana. I mean, they go to all the, and it's like you said, they'll take off, take a half day at work or something like that on Friday. Go, set up, be done by Friday night, enjoy all day Saturday, a little bit of Sunday morning, break it down, come home, and ready for Monday. I mean, that's what they do, so it's awesome, man.
Yeah, and if you have to shelter at home, being able to take it home wherever you go is pretty nice.
I know.
What's that girl that had that song?
You Casey Musgrave.
Yeah.
Bring my house to you. Yeah. That's a great one. I saw up in Dallas, they were actually bringing the house to somebody yesterday. Yeah. Old 100-year-old farmhouse being transported. My dream home. I should have gone up there and got them to redirect where I live. I live in a 100-year-old house myself. I love the old architecture there.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, okay. So that property there on 175, great place to get a piece of property with some acreage, with a beautiful pond, which would do great for a development, you know, that everybody has community access to that pond too. Either for your own individual play or to develop out a small little development. Great place. Right there, 175. You got any other properties for us, Brett?
Yeah, I got a few more here. Out west 7 Points again. This is over on Blairy Lane.
Okay.
I got 3 different properties there for you, all just above 10 acres, 10.03, 10.01, and 10.04. So these qualify for that ag exemption. That's why they tried to split them off like that.
Yeah.
That ag exemption, once again, very important. All of them just over 68,000, which makes them 6,800 an acre.
Okay.
As we've talked about many times, land in our area is starting to go for 10,000 and up.
Yes.
So 6,800 an acre, very good price over there as well.
And Blairy Lane, that's a private road just off of County Road 2100.
Private road, these were just split up over there. New area, it's been getting some development with these 10-acre parcels,
Okay.
but very secluded, but still easy access back to the
Still
lake.
easy access. So those are good buys right there. If you want something secluded, great place to build. Those are great places.
Right, and I got one last one for us today. Since we mentioned Canton earlier,
Okay.
we'll throw them in. We'll get a property out here towards Canton, just north of Maybank on Van Zandt County Road 2718. Lovely 9.6 acre parcel over there. No restrictions on this property. Already has power on the property for only $69,500 out there. Another great property. So these are acreage tracts surrounding the Cedar Creek Lake area here today. If you're looking for a place to build, a place for a manufactured, a place for an RV, these would make lovely tracks.
Place for Tiger Farm.
Tiger Farm, everything.
So how do they get a hold of you, Brett, if they want to ask questions about these properties or get their property on the market?
Yeah, if you got any questions, you can give me a call, 903-340-6301, or especially this time, get with me on Facebook at Brett Killian, Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty. That might be easier access for a lot of people these days. Yeah. And I also want to show people one more thing that I brought with me. I was talking about last time. While these builders are out here, if you got a builder, you want to get a home going on these locations, I got kind of my new business card here. If some people can see it.
Oh, is it showing up? Yep, there it is. It's showing up on the camera.
That is a good looking pencil.
So anyway, these are Carpenter pencils. I'm going to leave you a couple here today too.
Oh man, I am honored. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope some of these construction people give me a call if they need one.
Shoot, yeah.
To help with their business. And be sure this will help locate whenever they need to give us a call for some of these great acreage places to get to building.
Yeah. So give Brett a call or give me a call, Shot, 903-340-6159. Or again, you can find me on Facebook, watch the replay of the video for the radio show there. Just start typing in Shy Ben Realtor, Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty, SHAIBEN Realtor, Coldwell Banker.
And tell them about our office too.
Yeah, our office right there, 600 West Main, right in the heart of Gun Barrel City. Big blue and white building. 600 West Main.
Yeah.
So 600 West Main. Stop in, see us. Phone number there, 903-887-7055. Realtors are standing by to field your calls. Please call today.
Phone lines are open.
Phone lines are open.
Phone lines are open today. And guess what? They're open pretty much every single day. So, guys, yes, sir. Well, I appreciate y'all again for coming in. Of course, it's always an education when you guys come in. Learn about some great properties, but also learn more about the real estate world. Learn about tiger farms in Texas, all kinds of good stuff. So, thank y'all for coming on and always being so entertaining and bringing us great information. Really do appreciate you guys very much.
Oh, can I mention one last thing that we're going to talk about coming up? This is for the library. You know, we've tried to help them. We think the library here at Cedar Creek Lake is a very important thing.
Yes, sir.
And they are going to have a fundraiser coming up in May. So you'll hear us talk more in depth about this.
Okay.
But give them a call over there at 903-432-4185 to find out more about this fundraiser coming up. Really get out and support this library. This is going to be a great fundraiser. We're going to have more details about it coming soon. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be wonderful.
Whenever they're available, make sure I get them too, please, and I will make sure that everybody out there in Lake Country knows all about it. Well, gentlemen, thank you again for being here today. We've got to run off into a break. It's going to be a little bit of a longer break, and then we'll be right back. We'll get into the buying, selling, and trading with you here on 95.9 KCKL. Again, Brett and Shy from Caldwell Banker. These guys are beasts. We'll be right back. God, y'all are good.